What's great about watching a show like A Sign of Affection is you have an adult cast of characters, and they pretty much act their age. Not to say that adults are perfect, hell, sometimes kids make more sense than grown-ass people. But so often are we used to anime dragging out the will they, won't they. And in some shows, it works out okay. When you're watching a show like The Dangers in My Heart, the kids are 14 or so. They're not gonna make the most logical decisions when feelings are at an all-time high. But when you're in a college setting, praise the anime gods, because they had me spicy. I got done watching the latest couple episodes that I was behind on, 5 and 6. We get an I love you scene that they brush off as a joke because the dude was looking away talking on his phone, and the girl who can't speak and has to sign gets blue balls. And I'm like, it's fine, it's early, I can accept this. So when the moment comes, and our boy Itsumi approaches her with the, I was gonna wait until I was back on my trip, but I'm gonna tell you now, I'm expecting that other guy who likes our girl to maybe blue balls him. You don't expect them to commit to the bit, because just prior, they blue balls you. By the end of episode 6, they're in a relationship. The progression of, is this a crush, to I think I might like him, to I'm pretty sure I love him, to him giving those feelings back. The fact that they have, in the past 2 episodes, like 3 or 4 opportunities to make a lot of drama. Her discovering this girl coming over to his apartment and giving back a key. So many opportunities. Fantastic, man. I have full live reactions to all these episodes over on my Patreon. We're primarily talking about episodes 5 and 6 today, because those are what I'm behind on. So if you want to see my full uncut thoughts, they're over there if you're interested. I will say, you're probably only getting one more video on A Sign of Affection. Most likely when the show's over, I'll do one last final thoughts. So if you want to keep up to date with like a weekly or every other week, I'll probably do 2 episodes at a time, just because I like watching that many. It's going to be on Patreon, but probably a final video at the end of the season. Mainly because the series just doesn't get a lot of comments. The analytics on the back end aren't that great. And honestly, it just doesn't do well for my channel. I appreciate the people who do want to see videos on this. That's why you're getting at least probably 4 videos total. But unfortunately, the show just doesn't do well on my channel. It is what it is. We'll come back most likely for a final video if it looks like the demand is still going to be there. So this is a good stopping point for YouTube videos anyway, at the very least. We got to a damn relationship, and just everything about the romance in this show I love, because the thing that I've talked about in previous videos is how it's okay to have drama in a romance, right? Like, I like said character doesn't like me back, or multiple characters like so-and-so, but their feelings aren't given back. That's life, that's how it works out. And the idea of how they've gone about what should be so messy, from episode 5 being this like mostly apartment date where he's smooth moves, wrapping around her, asking like, how much is it okay for me to do what, this and that, and she's trying to sign everything on his hand before getting cock-blocked by this girl who clearly has a drinking problem. I mean, she probably doesn't actually have a drinking problem, but it's funnier to think that just because I don't like her character. The fact that by the end of episode 6, like, we get the everything's allowed, so you get the princess kiss on the hand to the, damn, this is good. This is really good. Like, this is a romance masterpiece already in my mind. I could literally watch no more episodes and just be good. I'm solid. The way they do so many scenes that are so simple on paper but are so realistic. The mom bumping into, I think his name's Oshi, the dude who clearly likes our girl, basically being like, oh, it's really nice how you're always there for her. You learn sign language for her, this or that. Like, the mom clearly not knowing the actual relationship between those two and then giving the digits. It's like, that felt so realistic. It's just like, at every possible moment, there could be so many episodes worth of drama. And it's almost like this new decade of anime we're in with romance are trying to avoid the cliches of the past where like, oh, I thought that was your girlfriend, so I don't talk to you for 3 episodes and I make a bigger deal out of this than needed. Instead, it might be a day. They might be a day of confusion and then it all gets resolved. Thank God. Whether it's just authors writing things more genuine and less infuriating, or studios are just adapting better romances these days, I don't know. But either way, I appreciate that drama doesn't last, and the drama that I guess is there is between characters upset that their feelings aren't being given back. Like, there's these infuriating moments, like with the girl coming over to give back the key or whatever, right? She pretty much tries to be all like, thanks for letting me spend the night with you. not realizing she can't hear. Unfortunately, she does see the key being returned, so drama still does pop up. Like, those types of moments are so infuriating, but yeah, people are like that, and I love how immediately he shoots it down. But I think my favorite moment about that whole exchange is after they're now a couple, he talks to her, like, through text saying, like, hey, don't worry about the whole key thing. She borrowed the apartment. I won't do it again. Immediately resolves it on his own terms. Just simply like, hey, this was before we were a couple. I ain't interested in her, clearly. She's borrowing the apartment. I won't let her do it anymore. I love that. And then the fact that she, like, thinks about, like, how, like, I can't really control his friendships and stuff. I don't want to overstep. And it's just, like, the way they end that episode with the whole romantic, like, he says goodbye, see you in a month because he's going on a trip, right? And then the fact that he shuts the door just because he wants to stare at her a little bit longer. And I'm like, this is so sweet. This feels like a proper college set romance. They're not perfect. They're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna be messy about things, but at least they ain't wasting time. And I love the fact that his friend, right, is like, oh, he's actually showing a lot of changes. He's been with him for a long time, thinking, you know, he was never gonna see his bro this way, and he's seeing his bro on cloud 9. The fact that he can see those changes in his face, I love it. This is such a refreshing romance, because the thing about shows that allow the couple to get into a relationship early are so underappreciated, or they don't pop up as much as they should. Because you now have the potential, especially with an adult cast, breakups happen all the time. Messy things could occur. I'm not expecting that, but we have the ability to actually watch them grow and develop. Different types of dramas, them separating, coming back together. There's so much more potential than waiting for them to get into a relationship. It can work if it's sweet and you enjoy the general banter with characters, but we got half a season's worth to still explore this. I'll get a passport, I'll save up, I'll come travel. It's like, it's so freaking sweet. And the production, both in episodes 5 and 6, they do this kind of like, they don't really fill in the character model, it's just kind of like the tracing of the character model with the beautiful colors kind of like filling in. It's just, this production is fantastic. The voice actors are fantastic. The first time he hears her laugh and how adorable he thinks it is, so he tickles her, and I'm like, it's so sweet. I mean, it is what it is that it doesn't do that well on YouTube. The main reason why I'll probably do a final video is just because I really like talking about this, but with how many videos I make a week anyway, like, I'm not going to kill myself to produce a video series where not a lot of people are watching. Let me know, though, if you do want to see that final video, because if I do see the demand, I'm not going to really set a like goal. It's because honestly the like goal didn't help as much as I was hoping for in terms of viewership, so let me know if you want one last video when this is over. And like I said, I am going to be watching this either weekly or every other week with 2 episodes at a time over on Patreon, so that's where it's going to live at least until this show wraps up. But I would love to know what everyone's thinking, because by the midway point, we're farther ahead than most romances get in multiple seasons, so let me know what you're feeling down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. Of course, the live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we have Willow W, Pickrick542, Thor Linsgard, Vi, and we also have a Jodhaus, so I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care and have a good one.